What's up? Welcome back to the tutorial. This is part 2 of the snare drums. So we already did 3 snare drums already. Snare drums were next 3. These are challenging because they require a lot of technique. So the first snare drum, it comes in 2 versions. It comes as a rim shot and it comes as a snare drum. The snare drum sounds like this. Inward K snare. Remember that thing that I did? Throat bass, snare drum. This is how you create it. The snare drum is quite hard. You need to take your tongue and place it at the top of your mouth. Now suck in air. Now, what you're gonna notice is if you tilt your tongue and you don't keep it in the very center, you keep it a little to the left, air will pass through your right side and it'll go through your tongue and it'll go through your lips and it'll create this weird vibration which will create the sound that I'm creating. There's no air passing through this part on this side, only this side. Now, if you want to get the snare drum, you're gonna have to cut it short, just like all the sounds that we've done up till now is basically just cutting it short. So that is the snare drum, but you won't be breathing in. You won't actually breathe in when you're creating this snare drum if you want to create the tight one. You're not breathing in, you're gonna create the same sound without breathing in. If you have ever done that, it's kind of like breathing in, but not actually sucking it down into your lungs. It's kind of like sucking it into the back of your mouth. Now, if you'll notice, I'm gonna over-exaggerate this a little bit, but my chin is moving to the right. Now, that's over-exaggerated, but this is how it actually looks. So that happens because I'm actually tilting my chin quickly. This is an automatic reflex with me. I can't not do that, to be honest, if I'm trying to create the snare. Okay, so if you have gotten that snare down, if you want to create the rim shot, you're gonna want to cut it even more, which means you're not even really gonna suck it to the very back of your mouth. You're gonna suck it about halfway through. So and that's because I'm creating that sound, but I'm stopping it really quickly. The difference is I'm stopping it quickly. So to create that snare, you just gotta cut off the sound quicker. So instead of letting it go to the very back, you stop it quicker. Now, if you cut it too quick, you will hear what I just did. That's because I didn't even suck in the air at all. And you can use that too, but if you're trying to get that rim shot, it's pretty hard because you have to stop it halfway through. Now, outward K snare. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but you can sing using this. D-Lo, great beatboxer, won the Sweet Beatbox 2019 competition this year. And in 2018, he won 2nd place, and his elimination 4-minute show, he used this snare a lot, and it's because he sang with it. I gonna get back to those memories, I gonna get back to those memories, I gonna get back to those memories, I gonna get back to those memories. You could say you love me till you hit the ground, ground. So he used that K snare while singing because that K snare doesn't actually use up your vocal cords. You're not using your vocal cords, you're just using the outside of your mouth. Basically, you're saying the word K, not vocalizing it. Add more energy. Now use your whole mouth, not just the very back of it. So you're gonna breathe out with this snare, not like with the previous one. So this is called the outward K snare, and that's because you're doing, but outwards. test out or K-snare. And now, this is what you should be able to do with everything that you've learned in these 3 tutorials. You know the song Believer? Now, I'm using the bass drum and the melody as the background. That's why I can't use the full bass drum. I can't go. I go. Now, if I do use the full bass drum, this is how it sounds. Switch. Thank you. Next tutorial. What am I going to do next tutorial? We'll see. Peace.